Okay, welcome everyone. Builder Tuesdays. Today we're going to talk about getting success early on in your business. Like Angie mentioned, this is like a new girl call, right? We have a lot of new babes, which makes us very, very excited. But we also have a lot of new people relaunching, or you're getting your new girls for the first time, and we're trying to simplify it the best way possible to help you and your team get success and duplicate it. Okay. So if you're here, you should have already watched an onboarding video, I hope. You kind of, heard the basic terms, maybe had a call with your upline, maybe not. But these are a couple of things that I want you to write down, to reflect on, to complete after this call. And we're going to give you homework. And if you're actively working, whether you're new or you're restarting, I want you to go with this homework to your upline and say, hey, like they made me do this on the builder's call. I'm serious about my business. Help me. Let's take off. Number one, and this is a question that gets taken very lightly, and a lot of you don't know the answer yet. Number one is, what is your vision? What is your vision with money? What is your vision for your life? Making a lot of money is not the right answer. I started for a lot of money, so I have no shame in saying it. I wanted money, but it was deeper than that. Why I wanted money. So I want you guys to think and really think, what is your vision? Because if you have a blurry vision, it is going to be so easy to quit and to get down on yourself. And if you get down on yourself early on, you're not going to have success early on. Okay. We want to get you success as soon as possible. We want your investment back. We want your first rank. We want your first block in your first neighborhood. Because guess what? Once you start getting success, that builds confidence. Once you have confidence, you take better action. And the more action you take, the more results you get. But you need to take messy action for that confidence to grow. So, number one, what is your vision? Number two, this may be a hard one if you're just starting off, but I'm going to throw it out there. What is your mission? What and how do you want to inspire people? What and how do you want to help people? So like my mission now, when I started, my mission was to make money. I'm on a mission to make money. I'm broke. I'm in debt. I have kids. I need money. My mission now is I found out all the growth I did. I found what personal love, self-love feels like. I found what really believing in myself feels like. And my mission now is passing that on to other women because after talking to thousands of women for the last 6 years, I realized how many of us lack that. We lack that security. We lack that self-confidence, and we mask it in other ways. For example, me, I was like, I hate girls. I don't want to talk to girls. I don't want to be in group chats. I literally told that to Liz. And it was my own insecurities. I was so insecure. Like I didn't want to talk to other women. I walked into a room I did not want to be known. But that takes years of peeling back. And if we can make that peeling back a little faster for you guys, because we now have that experience, we want to help you. So my personal mission now is I want to make every single one of you on this call believe that you're worthy of whatever it is that you want, whether it's $1 million, whether it's to stay at home with your kids, whether it's to have 5 companies, whether it's to travel the world, whether it's to have the husband or wife of your dreams. Like you are worthy of that. And that's my mission, to help you believe. Because a lot of you say, I believe, but you actually don't. Oh, I can be MMP, but you don't actually see yourself as an MMP. I can make $100,000 a month, but when you get off this call and you're like, yeah, right, that's impossible. That's only something Joe can do. Okay. So number one is, what is your vision? Number two is, what is your mission? How are you going to inspire people? Number three is, how much money do you want to make? At the end of the day, we are running a business. Okay. You're here to make money. We're here for community. We're here for products. We're here for growth. But to a certain extent, like this has to be worth our time, right? I know I get paid the big bucks to be sitting in a chair today. Like I've done like 15 calls today, but my paycheck is worth it. So how much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make your first week? Maybe your first 30 days, maybe 3 months down the line, but you need to have a clear number that you can go to your upline and say, hey, by the end of the month, I need to pay off this credit card that has $500. Or by the end of the month, I need to pay for my son's summer school, which is $325. Like, how can I get there? Because again, when we're working towards a goal, we're working with a purpose. Versus, I want to make more money. Well, more money can be $5. Go get half a VIP and you made some money, right? So how much money do you want to make? Number 4, this is a big one. This is how we are going to run. Okay. What part of the business scares you the most? Okay. What part of the business scares you the most? Is it oh my God, I look so bad. Is it so tired? Is it conversations? Is it posting on Instagram? Is it talking about the products? Is it, adding it to your busy lifestyle? Is it maybe hiding it from your husband that didn't believe, like Angie had to do at the beginning? Like what part of this business terrifies you? I'll tell you, for me, it was talking. It was talking to people. It was talking on Instagram. I was so embarrassed. I was so scared of what people were going to say, because what scares you the most, that is the one thing that we need to tackle first. So don't lie to yourself. If you feel comfortable with social media, don't say social media scares me the most. No, really dig deep. What is that one thing holding you back from going all in? And when you share with your upline, you guys are gonna come up with a plan to go all in. Like one of my girls today, she's scared of like talking to people, going live. I'm like, we're gonna go lives. We're gonna have more conversations, because the only way you're going to face that fear is by doing it. Okay. And number 5, where do you want to be a year from now? So here's the thing, and I just said this in a little tiny team call I just got out of, with like 4 girls. And when a lot of us start this business, we started as a little side hustle, right? Because it can be. It can be a little side hustle. It can be for fun. It can be for an extra $100 a month. It can be, for whatever. But what a lot of you don't know or don't understand is the magnitude of this business, how this business can genuinely change your life, how it can transform your entire life. How if you have 5 jobs right now, you can cut down to 1 job. Okay, one of my girls, I'm not gonna call her name, but she was telling me how she keeps going to school to get another job and go to school and get another job, because we need to make more money. Life is expensive. And I'm like, you could just do Monat and you'll make more than you'll make in those 5 jobs you have after getting 5 degrees, right? So what is your 1-year plan? Because that will help you understand how serious you're going to take this. Okay, we each have 2 Monat anniversaries. Your first Monat anniversary is when you purchase your box. So if you purchase your box today, congrats, your anniversary is April 23rd, 2024. Your second anniversary is when you actually decide to take this business seriously, to treat it like a business, whether you want $1 million or $10,000, but you want to give it the respect of a business. And the closer you get those 2 dates to each other, the faster you're going to see success. And I have some success stories in my team from girls that have been here for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And one day something shifted and they said, I'm taking this seriously, and boom, they blew up. So if that's you, you're not too late. If you've been here for 4 years and you're like, I haven't even ranked up to MMP, it's because you haven't gotten to your second Monat anniversary. You haven't decided. Monat is secondary. Monat is if I have time. Monat is if I feel good. Monat is for fun and I do it on the weekends. You have not decided to give this opportunity, the opportunity that you would give any other business, that you would give any other job, where you have a boss on top of you saying, Angie, you're 5 minutes late. You need to clock in. No, you can't leave early, right? So we like respect those jobs so much. Why? Because they guarantee us that Friday paycheck. But that Friday paycheck is only $500, and then it's not enough. And then we're getting 25,000 other jobs, when if we just treated this like the business. You guys have so many success stories in your upline, downline, sidelines to be like, okay, holy cow, this works. So number 5 was, where do you want to be a year from now? Okay, and dream big, but be realistic. And honestly, I don't even know what realistic is anymore, because we have people getting to the top of the company in like 6 months. So honestly, a year from now, you could have made $500,000. A year from now, you can be SED. You can have your car. You can have earned 2 paid for trips. You could have quit your job. You can become pregnant. You can get divorced. You can be married again. Like shit, so much can happen in a year. But kind of give yourself like a little guide and dream big. Get uncomfortable. And that goes for your goals always, right? My goals for this month was to qualify tier 2 for Tulum. Guess what? I did it early on in the month. I said, now I'm going to qualify tier 3. Guess what? I did it today. And then my goal was my neighborhood. At the same time, I said, I already have 4 blocks. Now I just upped my goal. I need 3 more VIPs and I'm going to get my 5th block. And if tomorrow I get my 3 VIPs, I'm going to add another block to that goal. So dream big, but be realistic, but set a timeline to it. So you know what you're working towards. So those are the 5 questions that I want you to answer. And I want you to very deeply answer. And I want the first 2 to make you cry if possible. Because when you feel weak and you feel like quitting, which you're going to, and if you're new, you're like, what the heck did I get myself into? I know it sounds like a little weird at first, but you're gonna feel like quitting because people are gonna ignore you and people are gonna leave you on red. You need to remember, like, why do I want to do this? And if you don't believe that this can give you that, then we need to work on that first, because then you're just gonna think I'm crazy. We're crazy the rest of the call. And then, well, Angie, do you want to add, and then we'll go into like non-negotiables and stuff like that? Well,
No,
wait, 4 more things really quick. To add.
go.
So you have your questions. 4 things that I want you to write also. Any questions you have from your onboarding, from what I just covered, or from creating a goal. If you're listening to me, you're still like, Joe, I have no idea what my goal is. That is number 1, the question you're going to write. Okay, so goal setting questions. Any questions you have about this? Number 2 that you're going to present your upline with is your list of 100 people. If you're new, you have a list of 100 people. If you're relaunching, you have a list of 100 people. If you've just been dancing along for 3 years, I invite you to make a list and go to your upline and say, I'm done dancing. I have goals. I have a list. Let's take off. I start Monday today.
I'm gonna start prancing. I had to say that.
And then ideas to launch your business. Okay, so you can launch your business on this is for my new girls, or relaunching, honestly. You can launch your business on an Instagram live, on stories, an actual feed post, or a little event. I have one of my new girls planning a little event in her house. She's gonna invite her friends, her mom's friends, and that's how we're gonna launch her business. So if you're new and you still haven't launched your business and you're a week in or a month in, you're late. But you need to go to your upline with this, ladies. When I say this is a business, I'm a business owner and I have thousands of people below me. You guys that signed up with me, you have one upline and it's me. Come to me, say, this is my plan. This is what I want to do. Help me. And then your upline will be able to guide you once she knows where you want to go. If she doesn't know what you're trying to achieve, she's not going to be able to guide you. I have some girls that I talk to all day long. I have some girls that I talk to once a month. And I say, you choose that. Because if you want more of me, you would ask more from me. And maybe you're new and you're like, I have no questions, Joe. Maybe you don't. But the second you start having conversations, those questions are going to come. And I say, if you're new, you should be bothering your upline, because if you don't have questions, it means you're not working. Okay, go.
No, absolutely, you guys. When you guys buy that product pack, whatever amount you spent on that product pack, you guys need to realize that you're also paying for a mentor. And it is super important to utilize your mentor. As I still bother Liz till this day, like, hey, what would you respond with this? Because I'm still not always 100% comfortable with everything. And this is why it's so important to remain a student, try and connect as much as possible, right? And if you're doing all these things, and not asking your upline for permission, or not for permission, for help and guidance and all these things, right? We're not going to really know how we're going to be able to help you with the business, right? So again, we're here to help you and guide you, but you have to give us something to work with, meaning giving us a screenshot so we can give you feedback on what's going on and all that stuff. And again, getting comfortable with the no's, etc. Right, so I have a couple of things written here on my notes, and I wanted to talk about your Reach Outs 100 list. Remember that you guys are in charge of sharing the sharing, your story, sharing the business, right? Your upline's job is to help you close these people. That is your upline's job. Your job is to bring people in, and our job as your upline, your director upline, whoever upline is currently working and active, is to help you close these people. And doing it together every single time, that is how you guys will be able to learn how to pitch the business, how to speak to different people, because we don't speak the same way to everyone, right? We speak differently depending on who it is that we're talking to. And you're going to be able to learn that and duplicate that down the more you do it together with your upline. So if you ever see somebody even sharing, hey, we're doing an opportunity call tonight, even if you don't have potentials and if there's not a training call going on, log on to those opportunity calls, because the way that Joe explains it, the way that Erica explains it, the way that I don't know, the way that Monique explains it, the way that I explain it, It's all different. So that's how I was able to learn very early on in my business how to share the opportunity, how to talk about the opportunity, because I literally got a little bit of how everyone did it and I came up with my own conclusion on how to do it. And I am the type of person with pen and paper, and I started writing everything word for word on how they would do it. And I like until it came to a point where I memorized it and I repeated it and repeated it. And then eventually it just came naturally to me, right? So don't be scared to put that 100 list together, you guys, because we're going to help you along with it, right? So don't worry if they say yes or if they say no. Your job is just to get the word out there of what you're doing and what you're excited about, and to let them know, what it is that you have to offer to them. If they say yes, great. If they say no, you continue about the conversation. You don't have to make it weird or anything out of this world, right? Your 100 list is very simple, as you guys, as we've always said, right? Your hot market, your warm market, and a cold market can be even someone you've been connected with social media for a long time now. We all have IG besties, right? So it can be something super simple as to like, hey, I've been meaning to reach out to you, but I'm sure you've seen, I recently started Monat. Like, don't be afraid to just say Monat, because right now we're growing, and if they don't know about it, like they will ask you, no, what is that? I'm not familiar with it, right? I'm happy to help and share you with you. Like I recently just started, and kind of connect with them. If you're speaking to your hot market, there's no reason as to why you should beat around the bush. There's no reason why you need to like vomit to them. You know their pain points. If this is your hot market, these are people you're speaking to every single day. These are people that you already know their pain points. You already know what's going on in their life. You already know what they're complaining about on the daily, because you're having conversations with these people. You're already connected to them. You already have a relationship with them. Does that make sense? So if I'm talking to I don't know, like I'm talking to Monique right now, and I'm saying, hey Monique girl, like listen, I started Monat, and I know that you've been trying to move right now, and I know that it's been a big change for you, but I know that when we partner up, when we do this together, like this is gonna be able to help you have that extra, money in the cushion. I know that you're a single mom right now. This can help you pay for movers, to help you move everything, so you don't have to do it on your own. Like, girl, like let's do this together. You see how I'm doing it in a way where it's gonna help her. I'm doing it in a way where I'm touching her pain points, and I know that because I know her. I'm connected to her, I have a relationship with her. So always think about how can I help other people, right? And that's how you can basically, reach out to people. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. Why do they need it? Right? Find out before presenting the business. And if you guys don't know how to find, you're like, okay, well, I'm not sure why they need it. Then this means you have to make a deeper connection with these people. Interview and connect. We went over this in the last one, right? So I don't want to dive too much into it, right? But basically, if you're asking good questions to them, you're going to be able to get the answers that you're looking for, and you're going to be able to feel their vibe with it. And once they open it, then you can go ahead and bring up the business to them, right? So those are things that you can, or maybe you can even bring it up. I don't know, be like, hey, I wasn't planning on bringing up this conversation, but I really wanted to let you know that, like, you just mentioned to me how you're like struggling, trying to find a sitter because you have to work these late shifts with your nursing, job right now. And I can honestly tell you, like, I know so many nurses that have been able to retire and continue doing Monat full time because they started this on the side, and now they don't have to nurse anymore. And what they were making as a nurse, they're now making it in a month or whatever. Use third-party stories. And this is why, it's so important to get to know the success stories around you, or even the people on your team. But that's why it's so important to be active and all that stuff. Do you want to add to that, Joe, or I can keep going?
I love really quick it's like a thin line between you're busy, but I love being active on the chat. Okay. So when I started, first I hated the chats. I did not want to be in them. And then when I finally gave in and I started being active, like you stand out, right? I don't need to have your number saved on WhatsApp to like see Monique. You're in like the center of our screen, I think. Cause I can see like the name Monique come on. I'm like, who's this girl that's always talking? Who's this girl that's always asking questions? Who's this girl that's getting VIPs? Like, and the more connected, the more involved you are, the closer to the fire, the better it's going to be. I know a lot of you have full-time jobs. I know a lot of you are busy. I don't expect you, nor do I want you to answer every message. Even me, guys, if I put my phone down for 2 hours, I don't go and read every message I missed for the 2 hours. No, but I kind of skim through. I congratulate where I see who wrote, I see who asked, whatever. Do the same. Okay, get involved. Here's the thing with Monat, whether you want $5 million or you want $50,000 or you want the community or you want the trips, you need to jump in all in at the beginning to get anything from it. And then from there, you can see how you want to work it. You can see what you want from it. But if from the beginning you're hiding, you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're shy to speak on the chat. Like everyone in the chat was once a new girl. Everyone was, it was their first day. That's why when someone gets introduced, welcome them. Do you remember for my older girls now, when you got introduced, how intimidating it was? I was so intimidated. I was like, why? And the chat was named like Boss Babes or something. And I was like, why am I being added into this freaking chat called Boss Babes? Everyone was like, hi, welcome. They were super nice. It was Chelsea's team. But you know how nervous you are. So when someone gets added, welcome them, introduce them, ask them questions. When someone says something, participate. The more you are involved, the more comfortable you're going to feel. So that's what I wanted to touch on. You know, when Angie said like the involvement, the chat, you don't need to get on every call. We're busy. I said I've done like 15 calls today. I don't want you to think you need to do this. No, I'm in a different level right now. I have a different mission. I purposely packed a lot of things today because whatever. No, you can work 30 minutes a day. But if you have those 30 minutes a day, you need to be consistent and intentional. And we're going to cover about non-negotiables. But yeah, just be
No,
active.
and then
Go to
same,
the clients better.
and same thing when it comes to hot market with your VIPs. And this is even easier I feel when it comes to VIPs. Utilize knowing their pain points. If I'm talking, when I'm talking to my grandma, I know my grandma's got alopecia, and I know my grandma loves makeup, and that she is, is always having a hard time removing her makeup. So I know that when I go and I'm gonna approach my grandma about the product, I'm like, oh my God, abuelita, I've got this makeup remover that's gonna make it so much easier for your skincare routine. And I've got this product, look at this before and after that has been working amazingly, on so many other women. And I think it's gonna really, and I feel like the serum is gonna be absolutely amazing for you too. And it's gonna help with your alopecia. Let's give it a try. Look at all these before and afters of people. And I show before and afters of people with the same hair as her. Do you understand? If you're talking to your bestie who's always maybe complaining about the under eyes, like, oh my God, I'm thinking about getting fillers because my under eyes are so bad. Guess what? I'm gonna go and tell my bestie, hey girl, I just found I just started, with Monat, and I've been seeing some crazy testimonials with this eye cream. You gotta try it out. Like, look at this, Like, I'm telling you, let's get you together with the eye cream, a little bit something. And obviously your support means the world to me. They're gonna be like, okay, like I can see myself using this. And so like, hey, I just started this new products. Like, let's are you open to trying? No, like, hey girl, like because these are your hot market. You already know their pain points. You talk to these people every single day when they're getting ready and all these things. So don't be shy or afraid or whatever to reach out to them with all of that stuff, right? Add yourselves. My Facebook group has so many different pages with like the Monat before and afters. If you're speaking to a curly girl, like, or if you see her posted like, hey, I just wanted to reach out, like, look at this girl, she has like the same exact hair as you, and she had a major transformation, and I totally thought of you because I know that not too long ago you were, talking on your stories trying to find something that's going to help you, and I truly feel like this can be the product that's going to take you there. Are you open to like maybe trying some products out? I can put something together for you, right? So those are different ways that, you can talk to them about that. But let's go into the daily non-negotiables. Like when you guys are starting this business, you have to make sure that you're constantly moving the needle in your business and staying super, super consistent. Like that is basically key. Every day doing something that's going to move you forward in your business. So there are 5 daily non-negotiables that you guys should be doing with your business, right? So number 1 is offering the business and the products to people. That is like you should be getting on your stories or with conversations with people every single day. Conversations are a non-negotiable. Minimum 3 conversations a day. It is truly not that hard to have 3 new conversations a day. It doesn't have to be cringe or weird. Only you're making it cringe and weird, honestly. Because it's just a genuine conversation. Detach the emotion from the outcome, you guys, right? If they say no, we just continue normal and having a conversation. Like we said before, like what is it called? I don't know, just like continue about your day. Doesn't mean I'm gonna unfollow you, doesn't mean I'm ever gonna speak to you again. It's just no, it just means not right now.
I want to add something which Lauren, you've heard, and the 3 girls I was just on a call, you heard, but talking about removing the emotion from the outcome. The VIP that got me qualified tier 3 to Tulum today was a VIP I offered the products to 5 years ago. A friend of mine, back then it was, it was an acquaintance at the time. I followed up with her for like 3 months when I first started. She was not about it. We're Instagram friends. I let it be. I said, like, if you put a gun to my head this morning and said, you need a VIP or you die, I would have not thought about her. She was completely off my radar. Like, I completely forgot that girl existed. I was doing my nails this morning. She texted my phone. She said, hey, how are you? My scalp is so bad. I need that oil you're always talking about. I was like, Janelle, you're alive? It's you? And then when I was talking to my girl, I was showing her DMs. I'm like, look, she's been reacting to all my stories for years. I just like them. I didn't cut her off. I didn't do anything. I completely forgot she existed. But imagine if, go back 5 years, I followed up with her for 3 months. She left me on red. She ignored me, but I would have said, this is not for me. Janelle's my friend. If she's not even supporting me, like, no one's gonna support me. Like, oh my God, I care what she says. We know a lot of people in common. Like, no, I moved on. And look at that, 5 years down the line, she qualified me tier 3 for a trip that I was like, oh my God, I need one VIP, and she came out of nowhere. So I want you guys to have that mindset from now on. Okay, everyone you're talking to, keep track, right? Because if it's someone that it's a fresh conversation and you're talking about a specific product or a specific sale, or they don't have money, you want to know how to follow up with them. But if you followed up a couple times and they're just not giving, they're not biting, they're going to come back around. I promise you, they're going to come back around. So that was number one, always be having conversations.
Which brings me to, if you're having these conversations, you're always going to be adding people into your funnel, even if you're just getting started. And this means people having conversations with people in person. I feel like those are the best connections we can possibly have, because you add them immediately on WhatsApp or whatever, on why did I say WhatsApp? On IG, and get them to follow you right in front of you, or you get their Instagram, so you guys can already start creating those conversations, right? And start connecting with each other. If I'm out and about and I see a waitress that's like super good, I'm like, oh my gosh, I used to be a Hooters girl myself. I remember the hustle, and it's quite the hustle, but it's always so much fun. Best years of my life. And honestly, like, after waitressing, it was great, but I realized that there's so much more to be made out there. You'd be really good at what I do. I know that you're crazy busy, but let's connect on Instagram really quick, and then we'll talk later, right? So don't make it weird, cringe. Just like, get their Instagram, just get connected on Instagram, and then from there you guys can take it. Or one way that Jacqueline Ortega does it, and she says that she does a lot of her recruitment in person, and it's usually every time she goes out to eat at a restaurant. She'll compliment you. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know, your hair is super cute. You're like super adorable. I love how you've been, treating my son here at the table. I'd love to connect with you. What's your Instagram? She gets her Instagram right. Then after, she'll message her and be like, I'll message you later so that we can connect. She'll be like, hey, we just met at the restaurant. It's Jackie, blah, blah, blah. By the way, I totally just stalked your profile, and I was just thinking, like, you'd actually be really good at what I'm currently doing. We need to connect and we need to talk. Message me as soon as you're off from your shift. Boom, if you want to just go straight with it. But you better believe that your IG and your social media have to have a backup. Like, is your profile, backed up, as in, are you posting the reels? Does your story talk anything about your business? What about your highlights, your bio? Do you have a link where it sends them more information? Because they're going to stalk you too, believe it or not, right? Before they even say yes to that phone call. So make sure that it's already being backed up. Which brings me to point number 2, social media. Just start. While we love talking to people in person, while we love reaching out to that 100 market list, right? You're going to have to start documenting your life, start documenting, what you have for breakfast. People are nosy. Trust me. They want to know what you're having for breakfast. They want to know what your day-to-day life looks like, right? So get social on social media. That's what it's for. We are in network marketing. You have to network with other people. If you're trying on the products, right? Like, put music on in the background. Put music on in the background. I know you don't know the ingredients. I know you don't know anything, but you can show yourself getting ready. You're already going to be getting ready with the products anyways, whether you have the camera on or off. So just turn it off and just record and fix it later. If you don't know how to fix these videos and you don't know how to edit them, ask your upline for guidance. Like, we're always more than happy to help you. Or maybe we've already had a pre-recorded call on how you can make quick snippets of your Get It Ready With Me, so it's simplified for you guys. But you have to just record and just post up there, right? So social media is literally like open sign. You're reaching out to these people. Maybe they're not closing right now, but as they're watching you on your journey, as they're watching your testimonial, your results, other people's results, that's kind of like indirectly following up with these people so that you can be able to talk to them. So again, if they don't see something, they won't say something. See what I did there? You see what I did there? So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Do it consistently. And along sharing about yourself. So don't make it just money, flyers, flyers, flyers. Like share your lifestyle, share what you're doing. Like today, I showed myself super sweaty when I got out of the gym, and then after I was like, oh my god, I forgot to show you guys. Like I don't know how I doubt my products each time, but you know what? The freaking dry shampoo did its work again. And honestly, I'm just obsessed with this right now. Like I can't believe it. I'm on day 3 hair, and the dry shampoo. Like you guys saw how sweaty I was today. Look, it looks like I just washed my hair. It is insane. I wasn't trying to sell them. I was just showing, like, talking based on my experience of like what I was thinking, how like my hair actually looks. I was like, crap, like this is day 3 here. I've been to the gym all these 3 days. Like this was not heard of before. Like, and that's it. But I didn't say like DM me about hair. Like you can just throw it here and there and it's gonna start coming more naturally to you. But the more that you do it, the more naturally it's gonna come. But you cannot overthink these things, and you can't just think that every single post has to be about selling people the business or the products, right? Invite them a little bit into your life and what your regular day-to-day looks like, and they're going to be more open to creating these conversations with you. Do you want to add to that?
I need your energy.
I didn't do 15 calls today, girl.
9 o'clock at night, I'm like, whoa. But listen, that energy and that confidence, I wrote it, guys. Confidence is a byproduct of action. The more you do it, the more confident you're going to feel. Maybe you're not necessarily getting results right away, but the more you talk about it, you're just going to get better at it. Okay. Social media is huge. And thank the Lord that I had that very clear when I started, because from the second I joined Monet, I went from being a ghost on social media to showing up every single day. And I was cringing and I was sweating, but my vision to make money was so clear that I didn't stop. And I bet you right here, let's see if we have any brave ones. And this is not an attack and this is not wrong, but I just, to prove a point, if you're new in the last month, drop a 2 on the chat if you've gone days without posting about your new business. Be honest. If you're new within the last month, and I know we have some, in the last month, you have not posted every single day about your business or your product. Oh, I'm not gonna call y'all because you girls are new, but I see at least 2. Okay, there we go. We got some brave ones. Okay, Kimmy, Irene, I see you. I was gonna call you girls out. Well, you need to make the decision, right? Imagine I go to Angie. Angie, I joined this business. Come do it with me. Angie's like, no, heck no. But then I go and she sees nothing. She sees nothing. I'm not sharing it. I'm not promoting it. I know it sounds silly. I know it sounds repetitive. I know we're like, oh my God, they say the same thing. Consistency, consistency. If I hadn't been consistent for 5 years, I would not have gotten that VIP today. And that VIP meant so much to me because it was so unexpected and so left field.
It's true.
Okay. Those are the best. You're like, what? Where'd you come from? So it's so important, your social media. And remember, it's not just money. You're now building a brand, you're building a business, you're finding your community. Like Andrew said, whether it's your breakfast, your workout, your life, your advice, your prayers, your husband, start sharing. But when you start, you don't stop. Do not stop. Okay. Then we go to number 3, and
Wait,
this
I
is
wanted to touch up on that really quick. And I
okay.
feel like so many of us, I feel like a lot of you guys are like, oh, like, don't wait to have results to start promoting the products. Take people along the journey with you. Like, you just started out the products. Hey, I just tried this oil for the very first time, and I'm actually like, talk to them about how you feel. Or like, I wasn't sure what I was gonna feel, how they're like, because everybody's always talking about this magic, get what is it, gold oil, and it's like, this amazing oil, and it's $99. So let's see what really the hype was about. But let me tell you, like my scalp feels different, my hair is a lot shinier. I've done 2 treatments so far. Like take people along the journey with you, because that is going to sell so much more than just posting a bunch of other before and afters. You guys, show your hair, your business journey. Like, hey guys, I just started this. I'm so nervous. If you just did your very first call on Zoom, like be like, oh my God, this is insane. I can't believe I just hosted my very first Zoom call. Like I was totally nervous, but this is what it's about. It's about getting out there, getting uncomfortable, right? So share as much as you can and how you feel about, about like everything. Get Ready With Me is literally so freaking popular right now. It's what people want to know. It's what they what you use. Like I did a Sephora haul, and the amount of my engagement that day went up like 1,000. It's insane. I'm like, why are so many people all of a sudden? Why? Because they want to know what you're using. How are you getting dolled up? You're using vitamin C serum. I've been using, this is my third day using the vitamin C serum. I can honestly say that I've seen a little bit of a change so far in X, Y, and Z and blah, 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 right? So super, super important to show that. And again, you're already getting ready, whether you have the camera on or off, right? So to showcase that, right? But again, going back to the what was it, number the 3, personal development. Oh, this is all yours, girl. This is your area.
I'll go back to reading the comment now, but personal development. I know that sounds cringe because I said it. A podcast, I wouldn't hear it. I wouldn't listen to it. I hadn't read a book since high school. But I want you ladies and men on here to understand that your bank account will only grow as much as your mind grows. Okay, it's not a coincidence that all the millionaires and billionaires love reading, love listening to personal development. You need to grow your mind because we're at a certain capacity where we can't handle all the goodness that's coming our way unless we learn about it, unless we grow, unless we expand. We're going to be dealing with a lot of people. We're going to be dealing with a lot of money, more problems, more feelings. We're in a, for now, women-dominated business, hormones. Oh my God, taking everything personal. That used to be me. Oh my gosh, she didn't answer me. She didn't put an exclamation mark at the end. Or self-belief, self-worth. I sent 50 messages, no one answers me. I'm not good for this. Oh my God, my mom was right when she said I sucked. Like, we're so harsh on ourselves. Personal development is key when it comes to this business. I know there's probably a lot of you on this call that your family or your super hot market do not support you. I think, Angie, you're one of them, right?
Still to this day, not one single person in my family is my VIP.
Paid over millions of dollars and her family has never
They all
bought.
ask me for money on top of that, and they all know my success.
Well, imagine if when Angie started, she would have said, damn, but Joe's dad and aunt and everyone became VIPs. My family didn't. If my family doesn't support me, no one's going to support me. This is not for me. Where would Angie be right now? She did not change the course of the future for her kids. Okay? You need personal development. That is something that you need to seek yourself. Your upline cannot give you that. Your upline, your mentor cannot believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And you know what? I was personally embarrassed because I didn't really understand what personal development was. I was like, what do I listen to? What do I, whatever? You know what you're lacking. So I literally would go on YouTube and type how to believe in myself, how to be successful in network marketing, how to believe I'm worthy. Affirmations. When they told me to say affirmations, I'm like, what the heck are affirmations? I'm like, affirmations for business owners, affirmations to say in the morning. Like, Google it, YouTube. No one's going to know what you're Googling. But you need to feed yourself positivity because your brain, we are our biggest enemy. Right. And I'm reliving this with one of my girls that she's like, she has a little win, but then her brain's like, nope, you suck. You're not good enough for this. Like, why are we so nasty? And the only way you're going to get past that if you do personal development and keep that in mind always, your bank account will only grow as far as your mind grows. So if you're this small-minded, that's why most small-minded people that are ignorant, like I used to be, have no money because you don't have the capacity to handle the money. You don't have the capacity to handle success. You don't have the capacity to bless others with your knowledge, to speak to people. Do not let the small hiccups at the beginning, like your family not supporting you, whether it's your mom, whether it's your husband, whether it's your best friend or your sister, that means nothing. Angie's not the only successful Monet girl that didn't get support from her family. And look at where she is. Till this day, my 2 childhood best friends are not in Monet. They're not business partners and they're not customers. But you best believe that if and when they hear of someone that needs shampoo or needs the business, they send them my way. I came to terms. The products are not for them. The business is not for them. I love them. I respect them. Imagine if I would have been like, oh no, she never joined. If she's not doing it, it's not for me. It's my best friend. Like, if she doesn't know, forget my best friend. I have my own goal. I have my own vision. And if they are really friends, they'll support you. And even not because I don't want to say, oh, your mom, your mom's not your mom. She won't support you. Some people just don't see as far ahead as maybe you are seeing right now. So do not let that hold you back. Personal development every single day. If you have to choose between personal development or a training call, personal development. Always, always. Because once you have that belief in yourself, you can talk to anyone. These calls, there's only so much you can learn. And we can give you a script, but if you don't believe in yourself, that script is useless. Okay, number 4, we kind of already spoke about this, but participating in the chats. Okay, so I don't want to go too deep into that. Make yourself known, ask questions. There is no silly question. Offer help. Your chat is not your upline's chat, it's all of your chats. At least that's what I tell my team. I don't want you girls to wait for me to say good morning. You wake up, you say good morning. You heard a podcast you love, you send it in. You had a great conversation with a potential, you don't know who you're inspiring. You are good enough. A title in Monat does not define you. A paycheck in Monat does not define you. The amount of days you've been in Monat does not define you. You joined this morning, you have something to share. That's our office. Go in and share. And number 5, that's another one I hold very dear to my heart, and it's the follow-up. Because that's how I get 99% of my customers and my VIPs. Following up with people. I am huge on following up because I love when people follow up with me. It makes me feel important. It makes me feel like they appreciate their business and they take it seriously. I've never associated a follow-up with being annoying or pushy. I associate a follow-up with you remember me, you care about me, you knew I needed the serum went on sale, you personally texted me, you want my business, you respect your business. You need to stop thinking that someone didn't answer because they don't like you. Ask Angie how many times I don't answer her text messages. And she's like, hello. She calls me. She's like, why? I'm like, I have not seen it. I'm sorry. Like, I put the phone down. Everyone's busy. People's life don't revolve around answering your shampoo message. But we need to remember that. Like, and that was so hard for me at the beginning. No, follow up. Hey, Angie, I don't know. I know life gets crazy. You have 3 kids, just wanted to follow up because the sale I told you about ends today. Or Angie, I've been following up with you on Instagram with your 3 kids. Girl, I don't know how you do it, but I know that's why you have a place on my team. The 149 pack I told you about ends this month. Do you have 20 minutes to get on a call with my mentor? Follow up. What's the worst thing they can tell you? No, then you leave them alone. And if they don't answer you over and over, be like, I'm going to stay messaging you until you tell me otherwise, because for all I know, you're not even seeing my messages. Make it be light of it, but follow up. Because I'm the type of person, I'm petty like that. If I'm like, I use the swimming example. If I'm trying to look for a swimming coach, I'm going to go with the one that follows up with me. And the one that's patient. Because I ignored all of them. And then when they finally followed up, they caught me at the right time. And they got me and my sister as business. If I'm looking for a nail person, I'm gonna go with the one that follows up with me. Because I'm like, okay, she remembered me. No one is too good for business. I am where I am in Monat, and I appreciate every single client I get, and I will follow up. And my potential market partners that are not my potential, my new market partners that are on here, they can tell you, I follow up. I'm like, hey, are you ready? Hey, like following up. Hey, I still have this sale. I'm not too good to follow up just because I'm an SCD with millions of dollars. So I feel the same way about companies I'm working with. Oh, because you've had a nail business for 20 years, you're too good. Or because you have 100 swim clients, you're too good. No, I want to go with the people that appreciate my business. Same goes for your clients. Okay. Angie, anything else?
No, guys, these are like the 5 non-negotiables for your business every single day. So number 1 is offering the business or products. Number 2, social media. Number 3, personal development. Number 4, chats. And number 5, the magic is in the follow-up. You have to cross these things every single day on your list. Consistency is literally the name of the game in this business. You have to suck to be great, and you have to accept that as well. You have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable and to get what you want out of this business. So super important. And to wrap up, I actually heard this from one of the leaders and I thought it was great. She says, we don't expect you to be an expert. We expect you to try. We expect you to show up. We expect you to be messy, and we expect you to let us help you along the way. Super important to remember that, right? If you're doing these things, again, like ask for help and ask for guidance. And that's the way that you're going to be able to get to where you want. You signed up for this business for a reason, to have a certain lifestyle, to become that dream girl, to achieve whatever it is that you wanted to achieve, because you wanted it, but you also have to work for it. Like I said at the beginning of the call, dreams are just dreams if you don't have goals in place, if you don't take action. So start with the small things first. When I first started, I literally only wanted $200, you guys, literally. I wanted to buy myself a new pair of sneakers. Fun fact, I wore the same sneakers for an entire year. I still have those sneakers to remind me of where the hell I came from, right? Super important. And when I figured out, wow, oh my God, I bought myself sneakers. Now I want to be able to open up my own bank account. I opened up my very first bank account thanks to Monat. Literally, I think it was like I think I was like 25 or 26 when I signed up, right? 26 or something, I don't know, 27. When I signed up, my first bank account. And then after that, I was like, okay, now like I want to have a steady, I want to help my husband. And eventually led to buying my very first home, reducing my husband's work hours. So start with the small goal, getting the car, right? Small goals that are going to lead to the big goals. And you're gonna make it happen. But you have to take action every single day. You have to believe in yourself. And conversations.
Really quick, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days left of the month. I want to read a couple of goals really quick. Drop them on the chat. What is your 7-day goal? I don't care what you wanted for the month. You're either there or you're not. What is your 7-day goal? I shared with you guys, I want 3 more VIPs in the next 7 days. 2 more market partners. Who else? Let me stop this recording.